Good afternoon. My name is Todd Caruso, and I serve as the chairman of the board for the Livingston Parish Chamber of Commerce. It is my pleasure on behalf of the board to welcome you here today to our 2020 Candidate Forum. The order in which we're going to proceed tonight is candidates seeking to be elected as a Justice of the Peace and then a Constable. Each of those candidates will have 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Decky Pritchard, and I'm a candidate for Ward 1 Justice of the Peace. I've lived in Livingston Parish for 27 years now, raised my 4 children there. We live in Watson, and my children have gone to school in Watson. My grandchildren go there still. I have a background as a paralegal and in human resources. I've been in the insurance industry for 27 years, and I'm currently a risk manager for 16 years. My experience leads me to know that when you have a case that may or may not go before a judge, you need to examine the case. You need to look at the facts, collect all the data and evidence that's necessary, compare that to the law, then discern if there are issues that need to be worked through, just in case the case needs to go further up. Why I would like to be your Justice of the Peace in Watson is because it's time for me now to serve my community. And I believe that the community has served me, and now it's time for me to repay them. I am a first-time candidate, and I don't have a lot of experience as a Justice of the Peace, but I believe that my years of experience in the legal field will lend itself very well as the Justice of the Peace. My goal as the Justice of the Peace is to abide in the judicial code of conduct and stand firm in that code. And I thank you very much for your time. I'll ask you for your vote, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Clara, and I'm running for Justice of the Peace in Ward 5. Let me begin by saying that I appreciate the Chamber giving me the opportunity to speak today. I've lived in Lower Livingston Parish for 40 years. I raised my children in Lower Livingston Parish and moved to Head of Island 12 years ago. Although I'm not from Marpaw, I chose to move to Lower Livingston Parish because I love the people and I love the parish and I love the environment. I have in the past and will continue to do whatever I can to help everyone with their problems and issues, regardless of who they're related to or friends with. I'm uniquely qualified for the position of Justice of the Peace because I have 25 years of paralegal experience. I'm a notary public with statewide jurisdiction for 12 years. I have a complete understanding of the legal system, and I'm currently the controller and risk manager for a very large commercial construction company. My focus will be to bring Ward 5 into the 21st century by creating a website with forms and instructions for public use so that any business with the Justice of the Peace can be streamlined, fees and fines can be paid electronically, and court dockets can be viewed. I'm going to put a determined focus on finding and prosecuting litterers in our ward and in the parish. I want to perform all of the business of the Office of the Justice of the Peace, including civil suits, peace bonds. I want to work with the local council to obtain authority to remove or otherwise dispose of any objects that have been abandoned in our waterways. I can also provide a one-stop shop for any notarial services that our citizens need. My ultimate goal is to help and assist the people of Head of Island and Marpaw and Livingston Parish, and to run the Office of the Justice of the Peace as it was statutorily intended. Again, I'm asking for you to vote for someone who is uniquely qualified with the right experience and who is the right choice, who will be fair and compassionate. And I want to be your next Justice of the Peace. I'm number 76 on the ballot. Thank you.
I would like to start by thanking the Chamber for having this forum today, and thanks for the opportunity to say a few words about myself. Well, my name is Jeff Sachse. I am the Justice of the Peace in the Watson area, which is Ward 1. I've been the Justice of the Peace there for 24 years. I have been a registered Republican for 46 years. I served on the Republican Parish Executive Committee back in the Foster administration. And also, I was Mike Foster's appointed member on the Board of Election Supervisors. I would like to establish litter court, which is something that we really need to do. It's his priority on my list. And with the help of the council and the chamber, we've had meetings and we're working on that issue right now. I'm very compassionate about my rulings that I make. I go way out of my way to make sure that I read the law and I make decisions based on the written law and not, my gut feeling or opinion. I also look very forward to serving as Justice of the Peace once again. And like I say, I've been the Justice of the Peace now for 24 years. And I would appreciate your vote and your consideration and please get out and vote. Everybody needs to exercise their right to vote. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the Chamber for hosting this event and everyone who has attended. My name is Lisa McCoy, and I am running for Justice of the Peace, Ward 7. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in East Baton Rouge. I graduated from LSU. I've lived in Livingston Parish since 1993, where I've raised my family. I've been married for over 35 years to my high school sweetheart, and we had 2 children that we raised in this parish. My son, Paul, and my daughter-in-law, Kereena, both served in the U.S. Air Force, and my daughter, Kelly, and her husband, Jason, are both employed at LSU. I have over 40 years experience in the legal field. I've been a legal secretary, paralegal. I am currently a full-time notary with a full-time notary office in the parish. And I also serve as a civil law instructor. In addition to that, I served under the Justice of the Peace, Melva Cavanaugh, in East Baton Rouge Parish from 2005 to 2013 when she passed. She was a great mentor, and with the experience I have working in her court, I researched most of our cases for her, in-depth legal research, prepared pleadings, judgments, and anything that needed to be done in the Justice of the Peace Court. So I feel I have a lot of experience to offer our community. A lot of people ask, what does the Justice of the Peace do? Just a few things that we could do are marriages, of course, and that's what most people know Justice of the Peace for, is the wedding ceremonies. But we can also handle claims, disputes between neighbors, disputes between landlords and tenants. And I'm really excited about the litter initiative that the Chamber has going, and I look forward to having litter court and helping our community to make Livingston beautiful and clean all the time. I would be honored to have your vote. And if you elect me as your Justice of the Peace, I will have set office hours and set court dates. I'll be available for after-hour appointments for our constituents that have to work and need to get into town or get into the parish. I can bring you the 40 years legal experience that I have with an in-depth knowledge of civil law. I'm honored to have your vote. Please vote Lisa McCoy, number 79, the real McCoy for real justice.
Good evening. I'd like to start out by saying is we have an amazing group of people here in Livingston Parish, and you all are the reason why I'm running for office. My name is Kereena McCoy, and I'm running for Constable of Ward 7. In short, a constable will execute the judgments and orders set forth by the Justice of the Peace, such as subpoenas, seizures, garnishments, and evictions. Already immersing myself on what's going to take to be a constable, I started reaching out to neighboring constables and researching. I've come to understand that we have underutilized resources that would create more of a positive impact in our area. As your constable, I will maximize the efforts laid out by the revised statutes and take it a step further by seeking grants. You're electing somebody who will not only carry out civil order, but who is also dedicated to raising the well-being of our area. I was born and raised in the Cascades of Southern Oregon. Growing up there was a similar lifestyle, blue-collar, grit-driven, and gorgeous scenery. Knowing I was meant for something more, I decided to listen to the armed forces, just as my family did before me. And it was the best decision I ever made. I ranked up, and the Air Force put me into a position of leadership early. They made me accountable for over 100 personnel and millions of dollars in product movement daily stateside and overseas. Top-notch professional, tackles challenges with a sense of pride and commitment, self-motivated, safety-minded, strict compliance, and critical support. That's what the leader said about me. Now, some of my daily duties were writing and maintaining operation manuals, which were pretty close to revised statutes, briefing high-level wing commanders on our multi-million-dollar test systems, and constantly trained personnel on their job and physical fitness. I proudly led funeral honors for our military folk. I actually met my husband, who is a Denham native, playing pre-deployment war games in Florida. And you know what brought us together? Crawfish. But that's all you'll get on that story. And he went on to serve in Afghanistan while I served in Kuwait. 2012, Denham Springs welcomed me with open arms. I took a job as a machinist and absolutely loved it. Then August 2016 hit and everybody had to make adjustments. Fortunately, I had associates that quickly capitalized on my work ethic and unemployment. Getting ourselves back on our feet and preparing for the next disaster, we educated ourselves on how money worked and the different types of investing. Information I eventually want to share with all of you. Now, when you go vote this election, vote somebody who will not only get the job done, but also provide the resources to help others out. And that'll make full use of the constable position and streamline it to make it repeatable for every constable. When you elect Lisa McCoy as your new Justice of the Peace and me as your constable, you're voting reliable justice to time-sensitive matters. Put us to work for you, and the results will be unparalleled. Thank you all for listening to us. Doing your due diligence before you heading to the polls is of utmost importance. If you head over to OK Adulting Case Place, you'll find a link to most of your candidates, and I'll be hosting a cash flow class the 9th of November at 9 a.m. Look forward to seeing you all.
I would like to thank the Livingston Parish Chamber of Commerce for letting us speak today. My name is Keith Hawkeye Landry, and I am running for your constable in Ward 5, the Marpole, Whitehall, Head of Island, and the Virgin Canal area. I am married to a lovely wife, Joy, for 39 years. We have 4 great and wonderful children that I'm very proud of: Courtney, Brittany, Ashley, and Keith Jr. 4 grandchildren which are my eyes: Brady DeLatte, Blake Williams, Ella Hatcher, and Easton Hatcher. 3 great son-in-laws: Danny DeLatte, Bobby Williams, and Kyle Hatcher, all that a father could ask for. And a very special, sweet, and lovely young lady, hopefully soon to be our daughter-in-law, Lexi. As long as I've been here, I have fought for our community, working for our community when things needed to be done and a voice needed to be heard. It's time for all of us to come together as one voice to get things done here in the lower part of Livingston Parish that sometimes gets overlooked. Flooding is our top one priority. Recently, 3 weeks ago, we went to the parish council meeting, and they have a lot of money coming back into the system for our drainage, which our area floods more and more every time it rains or have a storm. Second thing I want to do is hold community meetings about once every 3 months, one for the Marpole Whitehall area, and one also for the Head of Island and Diversion Canal area. That way the people in those areas can view their points on what problems they are having. And by far, it's coming to election time. Even if you don't support myself, get out and vote. Your vote is very popular. So on November 3rd, please vote for your Constable Ward 5, myself, Keith Hawkeye Landry, and I will fight hard and extremely hard for our community to finally get things done in our ward. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Dick Dimattia. I'm running for constable in Ward 9. I'm running to put experience and training in the constable's office. In this day and time, we need someone with experience and training for constable. I have over 21 years in law enforcement experience that will help me better serve the people of Ward 9. I will improve the overall efficiency of the office and will work for the people. I have worked for the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office 13 years. I have also worked for the Marshal's Office in Denham Springs for 6 years. I'll combine my time with the Sheriff's Office and the Marshal's Office and retired. I am now working for Tangible Parish Sheriff's Office. I have been there 2 years. I'm a graduate from Carter Capital Area Regional Training Academy, which is a police academy. I'm Louisiana Post Certified in Basic Law. I'm Louisiana Post Certified in Corrections. Law enforcement officers are required by the state of Louisiana to complete 20 hours training each year. We are also required to complete in-office training and in criminal justice training for the Sheriff's Office each year. I have experience in the dedication to be the choice for the job of constable for Ward 9. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Good evening. My name is Sidney Woods, and I'm a candidate for constable in the 9th District, 4th Ward. I want to start by thanking the Chamber for allowing us to have this event and putting it on for us. It's a great opportunity. I am running for the constable race because it's time for a change. Some of my qualifications for this job is, in 1985 to 1991, I served in the United States Army. And in West Germany, I trained and served with the MP Corps at a munition site. Lots of training with the MPs. I also worked and supported the 75th Ranger Battalion out of Fort Benning, Georgia. In 1990 and 1991, I was sent to Saudi Arabia for Operation Desert Storm. Desert Shield then turned into Desert Storm. We left Desert Storm, and I came home, and it was time for me to serve my community. Okay. While I was in the service, I was approved and given a secret clearance through our United States Department of Defense. And also, currently, I am a current member of the United States Army Department of Defense Personnel Reliability Program. I am married to Elizabeth Reginald Woods. We have 5 wonderful children and 7 really energetic grandchildren. So I know my time's running short. I was kind of short and sweet. This is my first time to ever do this. I've never been in public, in the public's eye like this before. Now, I do want to tell you that on November the 3rd, get out and vote. Use your voice. So when you go to vote, vote number 81, Sidney, Sid Woods, Jr., Constable, 9th District, 4th Ward. And remember that I serve my country honorably, and if I'm allowed, I will serve my community honorably. Thank you.